So I've kind of already got a rundown on how everybody's doing. We got everybody back that's going to be back.
How are you doing?
Good, man. Doing great. I get to watch y'all figure a way out of y'all's situation. But does anyone have anything they'd like to say before we start with a recap?
Clue's the best DM ever.
That's not going to get you brownie points.
I was hoping for inspiration.
Y'all figure out a way out of this damn room,
Yep. I have
and
a couple of ideas.
somebody might get inspiration.
I had a backup plan in case we were sealed because of previous spells that Vinder had done, so I knew that he had something available.
I will have you know that I have looked over everybody's character sheets and I have done my homework. Just giving you a fair warning. Because I was like, had to figure stuff out, you know. I want to be prepared. But I only prepared for this room because I want to be overly prepared. But last week found you all, well, found Alimar at the bottom of a pit. And he ends up climbing out of
Again.
the. Yeah, again, man, you're always the guinea pig, dude. I don't know what it is, whether you volunteer or you're, you know, or you just do it. You know,
It's the
somebody
fates.
convinces you to do it. But it's always like something happens whenever you do it. When somebody else does it, not so much, unless like the previous week where finally Akka finally did something that literally bit him. Um, but y'all were able to, you got out, and the rest of the group were eventually able to make their way over into the room. Y'all, Storm, I guess, was kind of convinced to climb into one of those chests and close the lid and turn that key that was mounted inside of it on the lid, underside of the lid, and it locked him inside of it. But yet it did give you a button on the sarcophagus at the bottom of the pit, which Akka quickly pressed. And when he did so, um, Storm wasn't feeling so well after that. It got very cold. And that's why he's got wounds right now, in case Vinder's wondering. Because it did trigger a trap inside of it, but everything ended up being reset. And eventually they were able to figure out that they could use their mage hands because you didn't have to have line of sight on your mage hands. And it was actually pretty smart. I mean, I looked at it, and the way I interpreted it was it didn't say you had to maintain line of sight on them. So three of y'all had mage hands, and y'all were able to turn the keys. Three buttons appeared. You pressed them, and the sarcophagus turned into a clear, like object, and you could see a mummy inside. So y'all were able to defeat the mummy once you broke open the sarcophagus, and you acquired a mace, and a spirit from the mace attempted to inhabit Akka, if I remember correctly, but he was able to resist it, and he chose to resist it. And I think Alamar, when he ID'd the item, it also tried to inhabit him, but he also resisted it. So you all left that area, making your way downstairs. You got downstairs, you saw a demon's face, or a devil's face, I should say. And its mouth, inside of its mouth, was just a black void. No light could penetrate it. So y'all decided, you know what? Let's just go somewhere else. We come back to this area. So you backed out, went down the hallway to the east, this little cross tunnel area. You spotted a dead body to the north, and you could see how the tunnel actually curved upwards in both directions. Storm went to investigate the body, and he's on a curved portion of it, but he noticed how he was still standing normal, but to everybody else he would have been leaning, and they looked like they were leaning to him. So eventually he decided that he's going to take a trip around this circle. So he traveled around this tunnel, and when he came down the other side where he expected to see the dead body and his fellow friends, they were nowhere to be found. He went over to the grand staircase area, went and looked at the room, nobody. So he's like, all right, I'm going to go back the way I came. So he did that, and when he came back around the north side, everything was as it should be. So the party moves into the room here that you're currently in. And I had given some descriptions of smell of wine. It was a checkerboard marble floor, a gilded coffin. I'll give a little more on this information again because of Vendor not being here and him currently in this room. There were sparkles of sunlight that streamed down from the chamber's vaulted ceiling, and there's these arches that are 12 feet overhead, or the ceiling arches 12 feet overhead, I should say. So the ceiling is 12 foot at the arch in the center. And there's these four huge stone gargoyle heads, and their mouths are agape, and they protrude from the walls. And these gargoyle heads are like 5 by 5. And I want to say that y'all did discover there was some kind of device in the back of the mouths. Not 100% on that, but I feel like did somebody do detect magic on those?
I think I had Vendor do it when we got into the room, but I can't remember if it was this room or a previous one.
Yeah, I can't remember either. I think that was the chest that he did a detect magic
Yeah,
on.
that's right.
Okay, so essentially they end up, they're like, well, screw it, let's just try to open the sarcophagus. And so, if I remember right, it was it Alamar that opened it? Alamar helped Akka open it, and it was fairly easy. And as soon as it opened up, you spotted a plaque in the bottom of it. Or no, was it a plaque? Let me read. Yeah, there was a plaque in the bottom of it that says "Drown your sorrows." And as the light hit the plaque where you could actually read it, a stone block started descending from the ceiling in the hallway. And it was moving slow, but it was only going to last about 6 seconds before it was fully descended, so everybody ran out of the room. You had plenty of movement to do so, and you made it out safely. Y'all waited around a couple minutes because you're like, we want to see if this thing resets. Well, after a couple minutes, it didn't reset, and y'all was like, you know what? Let's go around that tunnel. So I moved into the tunnel where the dead body was at. Walking around, coming back down, dead body's gone. The block's not in front of the door. And one of you, I don't remember, is like, I think maybe we're supposed to stay in the room when the block comes down. So essentially, you came back in the room, opened the chest, the block came down, and it closed off the doorway. And immediately, wine starts pouring out of all four of these gargoyle heads, just spewing into the room. And that's where we left off. And that's where we're going to roll initiative.
One thing I'd like to add is I think Alamar and Storm both saved it on their things. I actually didn't save it. But the placard that we had found when moving into like the second level that read like the ring brings you to another dungeon, and it had like a little bit of a
Yeah,
saying.
Yeah, give me a second.
I could link it.
I think I've got it here.
If you could link
Yeah, I
it,
got it
because
right.
because Roth and Vinder both definitely need to see that, and then it'd be nice because then I could save it.
There you go.
So the idea that I had thought of is perhaps this is kind of like a map to follow, and the room, like the hallway where Clue was talking about with the dead body, when we walked, it went around like a ring. So that was the main thing. But is Sirenscape playing anything still or no?
I'm about to start it. I didn't
All
want
right.
to start it right in the middle. You were trying to talk.
Nope. I was just trying to make sure it's working. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Like we tried to figure around a little bit more with the demon head statue. That was like the first room to the north. But when we like threw a rock or a copper coin down into it, we heard it just fall 20 feet, and then we were basically like, meh, fuck this. And we left.
Mm-hmm. This one's not going to be a good soundboard for this one. I was hoping it was. Oh, maybe this is the one.
It's definitely a little loud, but sounds cool.
Yeah, I'm adjusting some things. So you're not hearing creatures.
Well, yeah, and at first it kind of sounded more like a burning forest. Now it sounds like a stream or water flowing.
Okay, that should help a little bit, I think.
Oh yeah, sounds good.
All right, so y'all have rolled initiative. This water is flooding in very quickly. Let me start the round. Storm, you're up.
You said it's wine that's flowing in here,
It is wine that is flowing into the room.
coming out of the heads of the gargoyles, whatever that are here on the edges.
Yes.
All right. All right. I am running towards the closest one here to the north. And I want to reach my hand in and see if there's any way of plugging it, or if I like can feel anything to like manipulate or do anything with whatever's in here.
The hole that is the wine is flowing out of is about 2 foot. So
All right, I'm looking for, like I said,
crawling into the gargoyle's mouth
I'm feeling
would
around.
probably be the only way to plug it.
Like crawling in there. All right,
Yeah,
I'm feeling her.
It's
All right.
gushing out. It's
All
got
right,
pressure.
All right, in that case, I'm feeling around for any sort of buttons, any sort of levers, anything that may like
Roll me or investigation or perception. I guess you're feeling around in there. Either one. It doesn't matter. Whichever one you're better at. You're not feeling anything. It feels pretty smooth in there. I mean, the water is rushing very, very hard on your hand. It's hard to hold your hand in there.
All right, with that, I'm going to. What was that? That was about 15 feet. So I don't feel anything in there. It's those are big holes. This stuff is coming out fast. Anybody have any ideas?
Brother, can you shape stone?
I do not have that prepared.
Well, that was my only idea.
Aka.
How fast is like it rising? Like, are we talking about like a foot a second?
It's going. Just looking at how fast it's going. If you scan around the room, give me an intelligence check.
Oh, great! I'm really good at these.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you actually rolled good. You get a feeling that it's going to go at a rate of about 1 foot per round, so every 6 seconds.
Hey, we got a little bit of time. Don't panic. If we can't change the stone, there's nothing in the sarcophagus. Alomar?
I didn't look in it. Why don't you enlarge yourself and drink all this wine?
We'll call that Plan B. Let's open up this sarcophagus. Make my way
Alright.
over. Oh, it's a stone block. I was like, wait, why can we see that trap? And then I believe it was an athletics check. But in case, because these have been fairly heavy, I'm going to wait for assistance. I'm going to hold my action until someone gets here and is able to assist me.
I'll be over there to assist you soon.
All right. So when it becomes your turn, then I'll give you advantage, I guess. Maybe the answer lies within here. Uh-oh, stone block's turn.
What's it gonna do? Laugh at us?
Yeah, that's what it's gonna do.
Alamar.
Pete, this is on fantasy grounds.
I'm gonna investigate the room as fast as I can.
Okay, what are you
It's
looking
pretty
for?
good. Like that and Foundry, I
Any
think
kind
are
of
pretty
way out of here.
the best ones that you
Besides the
probably
stone
compare
door.
them to.
Give me an investigation
But
check.
overall, I think Foundry is a better investment. Personally, of course, there's a lot of people that love Fantasy Grounds.
You don't really see any way out other than the possibility of going into one of these holes that the
But
wine's coming out of, but it would be a tight fit for some
check
of
it out,
you.
see what you think.
The halflings would probably have an easier time if they could, make it by the strength of it flowing out.
I can
Well, I'm
barely
gonna
get
sit
my
there
head
and
in there.
I'm gonna sit there and ponder and say, well, guys, I could cast Wall of Force, and we could just stay here and wait it out.
Well, we have plenty of options. We can even break down that stone. Sure, if
Or
we
I
don't
could
have
do
any spells.
tiny hut, and we could just take a
Wall of-
long rest.
That's that Storm kind of looks at you. Wall of Force. What about that hut thing? Does that work?
It says nothing can penetrate it, so I don't know.
He's the
How long
hut.
does that
He's the
take?
hut like a submarine.
How
I love
How
it.
long does that take to cast?
Well, I can cast it as a spell, or I can do it as a ritual.
But still, how long does it take to cast as a spell?
10 minutes.
No, I
That's a
think it's
1 minute.
It's 1 minute.
1 minute. Yeah. So it'd be
Well, it's
6, 10 foot deep of water. Y'all would have 2 foot left in this room by the time he gets that cast it off.
I could do Wall of Force and then put the tiny hut in the middle.
Can you do both at the same time?
What if it doesn't last long enough?
Well, the wall of force lasts up to 10 minutes, but
All right,
it's
look,
concentration.
if it gets like up to mine and Vinder's chest, then use it.
But I can cast both of them because the other one, it doesn't have any concentration on it,
Brother, what do you think?
and it lasts for 8 hours.
I think that's probably our best idea is to use the wall of force
wait
to
it
stop
out.
the water or the wine. And then using the tiny hut will be even better. We could see what it does, see if it ever ends.
I would start that now.
I went ahead and linked it.
And I feel
I already
we would
read
have
it.
a better chance of getting through the mouths of the statues if the room was filled.
And how long did you say it was gonna take, Alamar?
It takes a minute to cast the hut.
All right, yeah, go ahead and start doing that now. We might run out of time before then.
All right, Clue. I linked both of those spells.
Should we not
Okay.
open this until the wine resides then?
I've already read
What?
Tiny Hut. I've already read Wall of Force. I did all that prior to the session. As
Okay.
did
Yeah,
I-
Fantasy Grounds is
as
a
I
lot
combed
different than
over
Roll
Bender's
20.
sheet as well. 'Cause I
It
was
has
waiting for
its
him
like
to
ups
try
and
to do something
downs,
with
of
that,
course. There's coding
that
that can get
water
messed up,
one.
but you can take
I
stuff
was
from
like, I gotta
modules
look
and add it
all
to
this
like
up
the
now,
sheets,
so I
so
ain't gotta
then
do it
that
during the
way
session.
it's kind of
Oh,
like
my
if Roll
create
20
and
was
destroy water.
combined with D&D Beyond.
You
I
had
think is
another
a
one,
okay
Control
way to
Water.
look at it.
Do I have control water? I don't have it
Believe-
prepped.
Oh, well, I saw it in your sheet, so I was like, I better look into that one. And because this is not water, it wouldn't have worked. So
What you want me to do
you're
first, Coach?
I say you use the wall of force and see if that'll work
Yeah,
for
hurry,
stopping the
go.
current.
All right.
Everybody
Okay,
huddle
so-
together.
Everyone get close to Alamar. He's going to need to do this and then begin preparing the next thing. Roth, be ready to drink if we need to.
I'm gonna go over here and open this sarcophagus. But I'll drink. I'll get close, but I'm gonna open the sarcophagus because I figure that's the way out.
and I'm going to say that 5 of you can get into that wall of force. Normally, I probably would say
10 foot.
6.
So the camera has to stay out, and one
Yeah,
other.
this is your method of killing off Chad.
Well, it's the same size as
Bingo.
Tiny Hut, and you can have 9 creatures of medium size.
This is exactly my method of killing Jack off.
Oh, well, I can't.
If Jack was still playing, then 6 of y'all could fit in it. But since Jack's not playing anymore, only 5 of you can fit into it this time.
See you later, Wilson.
Well, the sarcophagus is in the way. He couldn't get in with the sarcophagus. Let us get on top of it.
All right, Vendor, you better get in here.
Oh, we just free movement right now?
I see. I was waiting for a turn. Can I move or not?
I'm working on Alamar.
Yeah.
So you cast the spell? Oh, yeah, you got to wait for everybody to get close by
Yeah.
before you cast it. But you can hold your action, but
Yeah,
he don't go till the next turn.
Me, I didn't cast it.
Okay. So
Can't
you're
hit the
holding
button.
off. You got to hold off until probably the next round. Everybody gets a chance.
Well, could he
to move in
could he
close.
hold it back until everybody gets close and then it go off?
Well, the thing is, holding his action, Storm's not going to get to go till the next round, and you can't hold your action till the next round.
That's true.
Well, I can move over there towards it.
I mean, technically, you could move in between
can do
Akka. Well, if you move there, because it's 10 foot radius. Yeah, I'd really. That's good.
And I'm gonna just motion them to come this way when they get a chance.
All right, Vendor, you're up.
I'll get over to there. Also, I will.
Rolf never rolled initiative, but it's okay.
Actually, I'm gonna wait since I know what he's gonna do. I'm gonna not do anything.
Rolf, with your 0 initiative.
Yeah, I guess I missed it when you said roll initiative.
You did. It's fine though.
You might want to get on my side.
Or climb on a sarcophagus. You could do that too.
And just take a good seat right there.
Yeah, I would get on the sarcophagus because Jack's going to be outside the bubble.
And we're just gonna slowly.
Because
walk
All right.
it is a circle. It is 20 foot, but or it's
10-foot radius.
yeah. So it does start curving up, obviously. I'm guessing somehow, some manner or another. But we're going to take him out of it. All right. So you cast. Well, it ain't your turn yet, but that's what you're going to do when it is your turn. Actually, you held your action, so you're casting it as soon as Roth gets in.
That's right.
So sure enough, your invisible wall of force is cast, and the water, as it expands out from you and takes hold once it expands to its full radius, there is a little bit of water, probably about 6 inches of water that's inside of it with you all, but the rest of the water, or not water, wine, remains outside, and you can tell that your wall of force is indeed working. So I'm guessing you're just wanting to wait this out.
Get the
No,
HUD
that
up
only
too.
lasts 10 minutes. So I could cast this other one in a minute, and we could have Tiny Hut up inside this.
Okay,
I say hold it, Almar, in case in case we need other powers to stay in here
Well-
longer.
Well, this only lasts 10 minutes, correct?
Yeah, and if it fills up for 10 minutes, and once it gets close to the top, you can cast the other thing, right?
Well, the other thing takes a minute to cast. It's not instant. He needs time to cast
In
that.
9 minutes, if it don't
I
go
could-
down, I cast it.
I could actually move right there, right? And not be on the sarcophagus?
yeah, you can move there. That's fine.
Good, because now that I moved there, I'm going to take and see if I can move the lid on this sarcophagus.
Roth, no. Might not
All
be a
right.
good idea.
And what if the water doesn't go down and the hut disappears and we're in a room full of water and there's no escape?
Well, we've got 8 hours to figure that out. I don't want you to open this and more wine come out of the coffin.
I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, that's pretty smart.
All right.
That would have been hilarious.
And even if he wants to wait a few minutes and not any longer than that, then, well, if it doesn't start to recede by then, well, then we might be fucked.
I can use I can start detect magic, and I can look around and see if I see anything. But
Yes,
I don't think I can pass through this wall of forest, the tiny hut.
Well, we're still standing in what, about a foot of wine?
6 inches.
6 inches?
Mm-hmm. And as y'all are communicating, I am going to start cycling the combat tracker so we can keep track of the rounds.
So
Right
I would
now it's
suggest.
on Jack.
Let me
So.
in.
So at this point, I would suggest we yeah, casting detect magic isn't a terrible idea if you can, but we need to be ready to cast that tiny hut in case we need it. So let's not wait too long on that. I don't want to get flooded by all this wine when this wall gives out.
I can cast it instantly. Should I do that?
How long will it take otherwise?
10 minutes.
Just
Uh,
do it now. Time doesn't
Yes.
seem to be on our side.
So at this point, outside of the wall, it is 2 foot deep now, and Jack is crying.
Jack, start drinking.
And
You have to be like 4 stars or higher to get in.
who you're
That's just pure out
round,
mean there.
No, just play it.
round number
I'm
3.
sorry.
It's so morbid to just watch someone drown in wine.
It
and
is.
the fact is, if we just cast tiny hut, he can get in.
And you can't actually give me a perception check. Aka.
We do need room for the sarcophagus, though, Storm.
I believe the tiny hut's about this size.
It's the same size.
Tiny hut's the same size, but you've all got to be inside it when it's cast, or you can't get in it.
You felt something. I mean, I ain't gonna say felt, but you kind of heard something bump into the side of the wall force on your side.
What was that? Anyone hear that? It was like a...
I'm trying to
Wait,
concentrate
something-
here.
This is a good question. What kind of wine is it?
Red, red wine.
Okay. I was like, if it was white, we could see through it.
All right, well,
I wonder if it's flammable.
Visibility is like 5 foot.
Yeah.
So do I see
you
like
could-
a
you could
shadow
burn
or
it all up.
anything?
I mean, you could set it on fire. I don't know how much
Yeah,
wine.
well, we're inside the hut. Have Jack catch the wine on fire. That way it'll all just burn off.
Kill yourself, Jack. Do it.
I don't know if wine's quite that flammable.
I think so.
What about the sarcophagus? Is there any other markings? Does it say anything? Start looking at that.
Oh, we need to solve one problem at a time. What was
I
that?
am cast detect magic whenever I can.
Yeah, so that's where we need to figure that out is when would that happen, and then when I heard the thud, did I get to see a shadow or anything? With the visibility being 5 foot or no?
No, you
Okay.
did not.
Damn it.
And something reaches out and grabs a hold of Jack. You don't see whatever it is red, like the wine. You see like almost like a tentacle reach out and grab him. Well, try to grab him.
Don't resist, Jack.
And it does miss him.
All right, there's definitely something in that wine.
And I'm just going to cycle through. If y'all actually want to do something specific, just let me know on each round.
It's just that detect magic for now.
Okay, you doing it as ritual?
Oh, I'm just casting it.
Okay, so you cast detect magic. And what are you looking for?
I'm gonna scan around me in the room, see if I see any like glowy bits that seem magical.
The ceiling.
The ceiling's magical.
It's got illusion magic on it.
Ah.
And that's what's caused the everything to be, bits of bright light coming off the ceiling.
Storm, do you have that 10-foot pole?
I do. I'll hand it to him.
The ceiling might be our way out.
I will get up on their sarcophagus and see how high I can get the pole.
The question is, though, are you going to be able to stick that through the wall of force?
Probably not, no. But if it hits the wall of force, then I'll leave it at that. But I'll try and stick it through.
Yes, I think his wall of force is probably going to stay within the confines of the room.
That's why I think we need tiny hut.
We're still in turn order,
Yeah, you
right?
can't-
I
You
mean,
can't pass through it.
if you want to do something on this round, just let me know before I continue through to the next round.
Yeah, it's loose turn. He's doing round by round and letting us choose our actions as we go.
Give me a perception roll, Storm.
While they're messing with that, I'm just going to try to keep an eye out for whatever that I heard, assuming that it was the tentacle. Nice roll, Storm.
Yeah, it was a nice roll. You definitely hear a thud hit the side of the wall of force.
If I'm up on the sarcophagus, can I see above the water line? Like, whatever's hitting, is it above the water line, below the water line?
It's not above the water line. It's in the water, under the water. You see like the wake of something after it hits, but then the wake moves to the south around the wall of force, and then you see it almost looks like wine grab out of the water and try to hit Jack.
Almost like wine try to hit Jack.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I don't know what's, man. There's something in the water, or the water is something. I don't know what it is. And yeah, this is weird.
All right, well, it's either up or through the sarcophagus. What's our first move?
My suggestion, I can't check up until we put the tiny hut into effect.
All right, I'm going to climb on top of the sarcophagus and just say, if need be, drop the wall, and I'll do whatever I can to try to protect us from whatever the hell that is.
I don't think he has to. Tiny hut is not concentration, correct?
No, I can cast it. Just takes a minute.
He doesn't need to drop it. He just needs the time.
I would suggest.
It's more of like what Clue was saying, if the pole can go through it.
Well, it can't go through the wall.
We can go through the tiny hut.
Yeah,
no,
the
not
tiny
through
hut,
the wall, though.
Not through the wall. No, we cannot go through the wall. We need tiny hut up. That's what we need.
Yeah, like I said, though, if he does need to drop it for any reason,
Yeah, but
I'll
the
be
spell
able to
ends
ready.
if you leave the area.
You see Jack be pulled northeast towards something that just attacked him, but the water is 4 foot deep, so you're not even seeing anything come out of the water anymore. You just see the wake of something in the water. And he is yelling now for his life.
Hit it back!
It is his turn, though.
What is it?
I've got to give him the opportunity to break it. Oh, that's not going to do it. So he is still grappled. And that is going to be Aka's turn.
All right, well, then if we're
Well,
going turn by turn again, then I'm just
yeah,
going to
it's
use...
loose. It's just loose. Just if
Okay.
you're going to do something, do it.
All right, so then I guess we're just waiting for Alamar to cast the spell. While I'm on top of the
Okay, so
sarcophagus.
he's got 1
Man.
minute to cast it. He's casting the tiny hut, right? So, if that's all y'all are all doing, then I'm just going to cycle through to Jack's impending doom.
because you got 100 rounds with the wall of force.
I can make it 10 rounds.
Okay,
Right?
yeah, but once you start concentrating on casting the hut, the wall of force is going to come down because it's concentration.
The tiny hut is not concentration.
Yeah, but once you start concentrating on it, all the water that's in that room is going to rush into that spot that opens just for that second. Because you can't have a wall of force and a tiny hut in occupy the same space, right?
It would be like less than a second or so. I mean, that's a DM call.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you on
That's a
that
DM call. Like he can cast it because that's not I mean, that's a DM call as to whether he can keep it up and do this at the same time.
I don't know why I rolled that twice, but I should only rolled the first one. Okay, so
Technically, the wall of force goes up to a radius of 10 feet, so it could be smaller and the hut can go around it.
he can cast another spell that does not require concentration. And the tiny hut, as far as I know, does not require concentration. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's right.
Okay. So Jack has now been pulled under the water. You saw him look like he lost consciousness as he got pulled under the water. And effectively, he's not going to be able to recover. He is going to be dead. And we're going to fast forward. I'm going to take the combat. We're not going to worry about the combat tracker at the moment. I guess I could just fast forward it to round 14 when the tiny hut goes off. Okay, so round 14, your tiny hut goes off.
So now we're in the tiny hut.
Yes. And are y'all just waiting on Alamar's turn? Or y'all want to tell him what exactly to do?
Yeah. What y'all want me to do?
All right. Well, if we want to test the ceiling, I can test it, but you're gonna have to drop that wall of force in order for me to get through it.
And currently, the entire room, as far as you can tell, is completely submerged.
But you can't leave it, remember? If you leave, the spell ends.
Well, no, if you leave, the spell ends. We can leave it.
Yeah, we can leave and come back in.
Okay.
Anybody got a glass you can take and just stick your arm through the hut and pull it back? You have a full glass of wine.
Okay, are you going to let the wall of force down?
I don't want to, but I'm going to have to. Yeah, I dropped concentration on it.
Okay, so the wall of force comes down, and water starts coming in from underneath the tiny hut. It's a dome.
It's coming through the floor.
It's coming under the floor. I mean, it's not fast, but now water is seeping in from the under the floor.
Like,
And I did research this because somebody suggested tiny hut, but then somebody was like, "It's a dome. It's not a sphere."
Well, no, I understand, but it still locks with if the force was with the. But if that didn't work with the, I'm just not sure why the wall of force, why it wasn't coming underneath the wall of force.
yeah, it should have come in the wall for
The wall of force can be a sphere.
Yeah, but that would cut through the ground.
I just kind of assumed he shaped it how he wanted it to where it was flat on the bottom and kind of sphered up like a dome. That's my assumption to the whole thing because that's the only way that Wall of Force was going to work was to actually have y'all completely encased in it. Now, if I misunderstood the way you meant to cast it, I guess I misunderstood it.
It's the only way it works is for a sphere. That's it.
Well, now that there's water coming in, why don't we take and open this sarcophagus so we can see if there's a way out?
Oh, do we still want to check?
open that sarcophagus, huh?
Do we still want to check the ceiling or not? I'm gonna.
We're talking.
Did we still want to check the ceiling, or are we going straight for the sarcophagus?
Yeah, we need to check the ceiling first.
How high is the ceiling?
12 foot.
12 foot. So how are we going to check the ceiling?
I've got a 10-foot pole.
Storm's gonna use his 10-foot pole.
I'm gonna jump up on top of the sarcophagus and push the pole outside to see if if it hits the ceiling or not. So with my height plus that, I should be almost touching the ceiling anyways.
Yeah, I mean, you probably could have done it from a regular floor.
Yeah.
But jumping up there is definitely easy. You stick the 10-foot pole through the tiny hut, and once it gets to a height of 12 foot, it hits a wall or ceiling.
All right,
so,
sarcophagus it is.
All right, that's solid at the moment. The ceiling is solid, or at least in that spot. I can check other spots, but
Okay, so
If you guys want to open the sarcophagus, go for it.
who's opening it, Roth?
I'm gonna help Roth do it. Since
Okay.
I had a turn before him.
You open it, and it's just the actually, yeah, y'all had it inside the dome. I'm going to say you had it inside the dome. It's just got that plaque in the bottom of it. Nothing special about it, and I guess it has been longer than. No, it ain't been 10 minutes. You see no magic inside of it. I guess it would be some kind of magic on the plaque itself to have triggered the trap. But I'm not sure what kind of magic. But you get the impression that that's what triggered the trap, Vendor, when the light hit the plaque.
Okay. And having the lid back on the coffin did nothing.
No.
Well, unless we have a way to, if it's the same plaque, the only thing I could think of is to block out the light or with a spell or something. But we're getting pretty low on time here. It's like I look around and I'm assuming that the dome is completely under the wine.
Oh yeah. Your tiny hut is definitely surrounded by wine, and it's slowly just coming in through the bottom. I'm going to say because it's pretty tight. You got obviously the floor is not perfectly smooth. It's got cracks in it and stuff, whatever. So it's a slow process to come in. So I'm going to give it a total of 2 minutes to completely flood the inside of your hut, which is a pretty good amount of time. You've already got, well, we're on round 15, so what's that, a minute and a half? So around 35, 3.5 minutes. I'm not going to cycle this to 35, but, or maybe I should, I don't know.
well, can we cover?
There is a time factor in this that I need to keep track of.
2 minutes is what, 12 rounds? Or 10 rounds?
I thought it was 10. Yeah,
Or
10
20
rounds.
rounds, yeah.
Yeah, 2 minutes is 20 rounds total, yeah. I mean, if y'all got something y'all want to do in between that, I'm just going to get it around 35. So once y'all.
Well, I mean, if you're
decide-
giving us 2 minutes until it gets full, then we're gonna need those 20 rounds.
Well, I mean, just freely tell me what you want to do. I mean, I'm just going to get the combat tracker there, but you're more than welcome to come up with tons of stuff that you could do within 2 minutes.
I mean, that's my idea, is to block out the light if we can. If the
gonna-
lid's not working, then
Cast Dispel Magic on the ceiling.
Okay, so as you cast Dispel Magic, the light in the room goes out. Probably going to be hard to see it, but I'm going to allow you to at least see the ceiling because this dome is how tall?
That's 10-foot radius.
10 foot. So yeah, you can see the ceiling. So you dispel the light, and now it's dark. Now
The
you're
inside of the
relying-
dome is dimly lit.
Is it? Okay. Well, it's dark on the outside. So
I'm gonna turn off the lights in it too, just to freak them out.
Yeah, you could totally do that.
once he does that, I'll go, ah!
All right. What about can we somehow make the plaque? Yeah, like Akka said, block the sun from the plaque somehow.
well, the light's out now.
Everyone be quiet. Let's see if we hear any wine.
Well, the wine's not flowing into the room anymore, but it's not leaving the room either.
It stopped.
Okay, well, at least it's not coming up.
Has
Well, I
anybody?
mean, it is. I mean, still flooding into your hut, but I mean, it's not like
Oh, okay.
you know
well,
that
shit.
rushing thing.
So then,
All right.
dispelling the roof didn't do anything. It's
Oh,
just
no.
dark.
Other than turn the lights off.
Yeah, you just turn the lights off. The trap was triggered. If it
Right.
had it been dispelled before the sarcophagus was opened, then it would have prevented the trap from triggering.
So here's my idea. We can try to go through where the wine was coming from. It has to lead somewhere, right?
That was my thought process, and I
Is-
was just
Has anybody tried to pick this plaque? Take that plaque, take it, pick it up, or take it out of there, or do anything like that with it?
No, this is the first time we opened this lid. The same thing I'm assuming happened in the other room, but we left before anything happened.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna take and reach in and see if I can pick that plaque up.
And as you try to pick the plaque up, you're unable to pull that plaque out. You can give me intelligence check or something if you'd like, and I can possibly give you some information depending on what you roll.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it to see if it seems like it's if it can be moved in any direction. You know, like if I can spin it, if I can, maybe pry it up or anything like that.
Okay.
And just an intelligence check.
Yeah. You're not entirely sure what is holding the plaque in the sarcophagus, but something very strong, and you cannot pry it. It's just
It won't spin or anything like that either, huh?
No. There is some kind of substance, you just don't know what it is that holds it down. But you've noticed it's the same kind of substance that also holds the sarcophagus to the floor.
I'm gonna start taking off my armor.
Okay.
Do you really think that's what we need to do?
That's the only thing I can think of. If you all would like to keep your armor on, I can cast a spell on you so you can move freely within the wine. But I can't do it to everybody. And I have a ring that'll allow me to swim at a good pace.
Well, I definitely can't swim with this on.
You'll be able to walk just fine.
The substance that you do see, Roth, is a milky white looking substance.
Well, I should be fine to swim with my armor on. I'm not worried. Is this what we're thinking right now? Try and swim through? Remember, there was
Just don't
something
say
in the
you gonna
water.
get to it.
I think we just need to collect all the ideas. Swimming is a possible option, but Roth said, or at least looked like he was trying to do something with that plaque. I'm not sure.
What about down? Is there, can, do we have a way to smash our way through the floor?
Does anybody have any terrain altering spells?
I'll cast light on myself since Alamar put out the lights inside.
I'll turn them back on.
Okay.
I can do polymorph, and we could turn him into something like a bullet or something. A bullet or whatever they call them.
Wait, polymorph? You can turn somebody into something that could swim?
Yeah, I was thinking like a land shark.
So actually, what I could do is I can cast Arcane Eye and send the eye through there to see if there is a way out first.
Yes, let's do that.
How
So
long
I'm
will
gonna
that take?
It shouldn't take more than a few seconds.
Okay, good idea.
Cast Arcane Eye, and I'll send it through, like, I don't know, the top right mouth where the wine started coming in.
Okay. So I'm going to give you some kind of token. If you want to just take your character,
Yeah.
move your character through there, it'd be easier.
Okay. Is there air?
Um,
Or can I go up or down?
at the very top, there is an air pocket.
Okay. Can I take a little bit of time and just go through each one of them?
Sure.
Brother, see if you can find that creature. Whatever killed Jack. I will say the line of sight's kind of cool because we have no idea what he sees.
Okay, but before you go, that last one you went to, I'll read you a description.
Okay.
On the floor of that chamber,
Oh.
you see a pentagram traced in some kind of white substance. And I'm not sure how well you see in that thing. Do you see with natural color or?
You can see naturally and with dark vision.
Okay.
I can link the
Well,
spell.
the room appears to be dark, so it'd be dark vision. So you don't even. I mean, I guess you could, even with your dark vision, you'd be able to tell something. It looks white, and it does surround a sarcophagus. And I guess you didn't go much further in to be able to see much more about it.
I see there's like not. I see that one's not the same, and I cut the spell, and I say, the one to the southwest. It's not like the others. It leads into another room,
Is there air in that room?
and another sarcophagus and a pentagram on the ground. But it's better than drowning.
All right. Will everyone be able to fit? I assume it's about the 2 foot.
Probably not.
It's like
I
a
think
2-foot
I'd have.
hole.
I think I'd have a hard time getting through, being as I'm 6'4" and weigh
Can we,
235 pounds.
Aka? Can you reduce Roth in size?
Yeah, I can do that.
That would work.
And the wine is starting to get full inside of this domed hut.
All right, cast that on him and let's go quickly. Does anybody have any way to breathe underwater?
Just have to move quickly.
No.
So I know I have the spell clue because I had blur and enlarge and reduce for my level 2s, but it's just not on this sheet. So I got to add it real quick. It was listed under somewhere else.
I remember.
But I'll add it real quick and then put that on him.
What is swimming speed?
It's going to be, hold on, I had it. At least I thought I had it somewhere. I thought it was, I'm not even going to pretend I know.
I went to look it up and it just immediately said drowning. And I was like, that's not it.
You don't have a swim speed, so you're still moving at like half of your normal walk speed, if I remember right.
So like 15 feet for a normal human.
Okay, it's got a DC. So you can make an athletic swim check. And let me see. You're not in rough water anymore. So it's actually very low DC, but it is half your movement speed as long as you can't fail the check unless you have a negative modifier. If you get like a -1, then you can fail the check.
Clue, where are the spells at in this one?
You've got to go to the settings and pull them up and add them to your bar on the right hand side.
Yeah, go to options, and then there's one little button that says sidebar, and you can select what shows up on your right hand side there.
Thank you.
New patch that they just put in last week.
A teeny tiny Roth.
You reduced me.
I'd love just a Roth that size running into battle every time.
Yeah, you better watch out. I'll stab you in the knee.
I'll take out my ankles.
I guess the reason I was asking about that was, would my feline agility work for swimming?
There, I got it on him. And you think I'll be able to walk just fine? Should I test this first?
I'll go over to Akka and I'll touch him and cast freedom of movement.
With Roth being a little tiny, like, is he like, well, he's not tiny enough. I can put him in my pocket. Never mind.
Yeah, he's just medium size now, I believe, right?
Well, he wasn't large before.
He's small.
I was
still medium, so now I'm small.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's like halfling sized.
Yeah. So right now, really, the big person would be Storm and Alamar.
Yeah, he was a big medium. Now he's just a small medium.
I was going to say, is that going to affect my speed?
I would think so. You're going to lose 5 foot off your movement speed, probably. And moving through, I mean, if you're small, considered small, then you can move through the tunnel at normal speed, which in this flooded environment is going to be at half speed. And if you're medium sized, you're going to be moving half of half. So, just letting you know.
I've got everything in my bag holding for now.
Storm, I can change you to a giant octopus.
That would be helpful for you, yes.
A
Well-
giant octopus.
Yeah.
Or an octopus. I mean, you need to be able to
Squeeze.
fit through this.
Even
you
a
need to be
giant
able to-
octopus could get through a 2-foot hole.
That's true.
I was gonna say they ain't got no bones and they can fit in little bitty places.
Well, you can hold your breath for an hour, and you've got 60 feet of swim speed.
You're like in and out in no time.
And I could cast it on myself, but I think it would be better to cast it on somebody.
I have a swim speed of 30.
Look, we need to get moving. This is gonna get
Yeah, let's
before we
move
can
now.
breathe.
At the end of the day, I do have a bag of holding here if someone needs to get in it and they're too afraid to
And
swim.
I have freedom of movement on me. Thank you, vendor. And I am gonna just go through, and he said the southwest one. So,
So you are holding your breath,
and I have light on me as well.
and your Constitution modifier is what?
Oh wait, no, I don't have light on me anymore because I have to Oh wait, no, I don't have to concentrate on reduce. My Constitution modifier is a +2.
Okay, so you could hold your breath for 3 minutes, which should be ample time to move through. I'm not going to lock y'all down for that.
I'm gonna
Storm, I could.
I'm gonna drop my
Getting,
goggles
a little
down
late
and
here.
Storm, do you want
Alright,
me to cast that on you and get into the bag of holding?
Yeah,
no, go ahead.
appreciate
Do it on
I
yourself. If they're going, I can manage this.
appreciate the raid, guys. Ninja Monkey streamers are in raiding the channel.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Storm's gonna. Once Vendor goes, he's gonna go. But if you need to cast it on yourself, go ahead. I don't know what you've got on for armor, but I should be fine.
I just got on leather.
Roth, do you need the bag of holding, or are you going?
Well, let me see here.
Since I'm already in there,
I actually have a bag of holding.
just look back. Can I see vendor?
I'll take all my armor off and everything and put it in my bag of holding. But I will keep my I'll take and keep a javelin out just in case.
All right, well, that Storm's gonna start going. +2 concentration. Yeah. Constitution, that's it.
I'm gonna wait till everybody gets out of the room, then I'm gonna cast polymorph.
Sean Aka.
I'm gonna use the Ghostwise and just speak into my brother's mind. Which room? This one?
Go straight.
I'm guessing you just mean this way.
And this is going upwards as you're coming through here. Obviously, it's some kind of angle to get itself out of the wine, but you do come out of the wine, Akka.
Lick my lips. That tastes kind of good. And before I go in, I'm just gonna look back and say, "Were the others following?
They'll be behind us.
Are you sure they know where to go?"
I'm coming.
Who said that?
All right, and then
Holy
Tiny
shit!
Hut's gone.
As I get into here, I'll start taking my armor and shield and stuff out of my bag and start putting my armor back
I'm
on.
gonna get just in front of my brother in case anything happens while he's preparing himself.
Okay, so you do all see what
Tiny Roth.
Vendor described to you all. The air in here reeks of sulfur and brimstone. And Alamar,
Yeah.
are you trying to breathe normally in octopus form?
It just says you can hold your breath for an hour.
Okay, so you're going to hold your breath and then move. Okay. Just wanted to check on that, make sure that's what you were doing. You weren't trying to breathe wine.
Yeah, you can't breathe.
The octopus can't breathe underwater.
Oh, well,
All
he
right.
could,
He'd
but
just
he would
get
get really
drunk.
drunk really fast. And then die.
Okay, so like I said, you smell sulfur and brimstone, and there's an ornate sarcophagus, and its lid is covered with figurines prancing like frog-like humanoids, or figurines of prancing like humanoids.
I'm gonna take my armor and stuff out of my bag and put it back on.
When
Also,
Roth,
also take and get my great my great axe out.
when Roth shows up about
Roll
like half
contain
the
the spell.
size, I'm gonna giggle a little bit. But when the octopus comes out, I'm, huh? What the hell is that? Is that the thing that killed Jack?
I'm gonna
No,
reach out and grab him.
no, that's just no. It's Alamar.
If he's reaching
think
out
I
to
can
try to grab me, I'm gonna try to resist it.
Don't worry, it won't hurt you, Aka.
Yeah, I can't speak. I can't cast spells or any other actions that require hands or speech.
All right, now.
So you done stuck yourself as an octopus, huh?
Well, I can break concentration, but I don't know what's in this room. I'm gonna stay just like I am.
Okay. So what do you all want to do?
All right. You said that it was the pictures with frogs, and there was like that frog god. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Now this white substance that's on the floor, I'd like to go over and look at it and see if we can, is it painted? Is it dried? Can it be, disrupted?
You should wait till you get your armor on, Roth.
That's what I'm doing, putting my armor and stuff on.
Just remember, only a jewel can tame the frog.
As soon as my armor's on, is there anything magic in the room while I'm doing that?
You still got detect magic up?
It lasts for about 10 minutes. So,
Okay. You do see an aura of enchantment magic surrounding the clay urn.
clay urn. Is that on the coffin?
I might have read a little too far down.
Oops.
You don't see no clay urn.
Do not see an urn.
Yeah, I was going to say what
Scratch
urn?
that.
I thought we were talking about a sarcophagus.
Yeah, I was like, wait, is the sarcophagus an urn?
Okay. My bad.
It's all right. It happens.
Instead of burying them whole, they took and cremated them.
Okay, so you do not see any magic.
Okay.
All right. Well, is everybody dressed now?
I am, but I'd like to be back to my regular size, please.
But I can keep you like that for a bit longer. Are you sure?
How long does it last?
Make me bigger.
It's only 1 minute, so it'll fade quickly.
Oh yeah.
The lollipop gang.
All
Okay.
right.
What do y'all? I mean, Rolf, you said you wanted to go check out the white substance.
Yeah, the white substance that's on the floor with the pentagram and all that stuff, that you said that it was made out of.
Okay, I mean, you don't really have to investigate to decipher, but looks like salt.
Oh, so the circle and stuff can be moved, but we don't know if this is well, you said there's no magic, so it's not keeping anything in or not letting anything out. So,
As far as I can tell.
Hey, what does salt have to do with anything like that?
Got quiet.
All right. Well,
I probably wouldn't. I don't know if I know anything about that.
did
or
we
not.
have
Character.
do we have any jewels in our inventory right now? Anybody have jewels on their person?
Aka,
Family.
you hear the spirit of Obolaka talking to you inside your head.
From my mace?
I've got some malachite.
You are the
gemstones.
one who got in spirit with Obolaka, right?
I don't have a spirit inhabiting
No,
me.
no, that's Alamar. My bad. Alamar. You hear this voice tell you that I think this salt pentagram could use some more salt, and encourages you to add to it.
I think Almar's trying to tell us something.
Yeah, I think that means he's good. That's usually what I do. It's the sound I make when I'm good.
I don't know, that's the sound you make when you're drunk.
That too.
I do have a few gems in my bag, but I'm not sure if you think any jewel would work.
I miss
Do you
ale.
think he likes jewels?
Well, the inscription, the ring is a path to another tomb. The dead abhor sunlight. Only a
That
jewel
one
can
we should have thought
tame.
about.
Yep. Only a jewel can tame the frog. So apparently the frog likes jewels.
Clue, is there salt in here now besides the pentagram?
No.
Where did we see salt before?
Nowhere.
Salt maybe blood is traditionally salty, correct? Salt in the body. Sweat.
The hell are you talking about, Storm?
I
I'm
guess
not
I'll just have to
putting
break.
any blood inside of that.
I'll break concentration. God dang. And you said we had to have more salt. Is that what you said?
That's what Obolaka told you.
Well,
And then you see one of the statues inside of the pentagram change. And it begins pacing inside the pentagram.
What in the nine hells is that?
I don't know, but just in case, the next line of the riddle was bow is the dead god intoned. So, should we bow?
No, that's. I don't think that's related.
It's a dead
I-
god in
I don't-
tones. He'd have to say something, wouldn't he?
I don't believe
Probably.
this thing would be the dead god. I'm
It's a frog.
assuming.
If this is the frog, we need the jewel.
I'll take out. Let's see. What do I got? An eye, a gate, and I'll toss it into the little middle section where there's no salt.
It just bounces, and the slod kind of looks at it, eyeballs it as it hits the floor by him, and then directs its attention back to you all.
Do you speak?
You get no response.
Well, apparently it's not smart enough to speak, or just
Doesn't
not
know the
inclined.
language.
Maybe we should put some more salt there.
Why isn't it leaving the circle?
Probably can't.
I would assume the pentagram and the salt is some sort of trap.
Would more hurt?
Where are we gonna get salt?
I don't know.
Storm starts to look. What are the little indents in the wall? Are those just pillars?
Um, yeah, I mean, they're just the way that the room is shaped. Little, I don't know what to call them exactly.
All right, Storm's gonna start to circle around.
I didn't see anything on my side.
Start taking a look at the back wall and things like that, and see if there's anything else on the walls in the back.
You don't see anything on the walls.
Are there any other statues in there that are not moving yet?
No, none of them are moving. Mainly, this guy was supposed to have been pacing when y'all came in here, and I missed it. So he became a statue that changed into what he was.
Gotcha.
But no, you do not see anything outside of the pentagram of any significance. Give me a perception roll, Storm. Okay.
No seams along the wall, nothing.
I mean, are you looking?
I was mainly looking for like any breaks in the circle, and that was kind of it. But if he's looking around on that, then I'll just ask Storm. Yeah. Any seams in the wall?
Not that I've found so far. Alamar, are you still an octopus, or are you back to your normal form?
He's back to normal.
I'm Alamar.
Any ideas? Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
No, I just don't know where we're gonna get any more salt.
More salt. What about does anybody have food packs with salt in it? Rations?
Wait, where did we get the idea for salt?
Alamar said it.
Obalaka told me.
Ask him where to get it.
I'll ask him then.
You get no response.
I'll try to speak with Moa. I'll say, do these things not like salt?
And you get no response as well. Give me an
Well,
Arcana check, Alamar.
I did think of something, brother. This mace that I found, Alamar told me if I use it, I can get stuff to run. Should I try to see if that makes it flee from the circle?
Okay, Alamar,
Worth a shot.
you feel like this creature is bound inside this circle by the salt.
Obalaka is nervous and obsessive, so pretty sure that the salt is to keep that creature in there.
I'm gonna swing my Mace of Terror at it, using its charge to need to exceed a Wisdom saving throw, DC 15.
Okay, roll it at him.
Does it have a range on it?
I am checking actually, just to double check.
What's the spell called?
Each creature of your choice in a 30-foot radius extending from you must succeed a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw. So, or become frightened for me for 1 minute. It's my Mace of Terror. I'm not really sure. I can't link it or anything.
Yeah.
There's no chat thing. But I will swing that at it, expending one of the charges. As I do, you will see this bright light expel from the mace as it flows towards this creature, and as it does, just begins to wash over it.
And the creature does become afraid of you. And it moves to the back of the pentagram, but it does not cross over the salt.
Damn it. Thought that might work. And I'll just re-equip it back to my side and grab my Morning Star again.
Now it won't go near you. Should we attempt to cross over and don't touch the salt?
Perhaps.
I would suggest at least Akka do that.
Yeah, because if
And
he's
I will-
afraid of it, he won't get next to him.
I'll pull out my short bow and hold my short bow out.
Alright, well, everyone just get ready to save me. Look, I'm just saying, I always feel like if it's not Alamar, it falls down to me. Gonna miss Jack. And
You
then
are the
step
bravest
forward.
of us.
Go for it.
Does anything happen when I step in? I didn't want to move too far.
He does look at you, but he's too afraid to attack you.
Take another step forward.
Still, nothing's happened.
When I stepped like over through the line, did like any of the salt move, like with the momentum?
No, I mean, were you trying to?
No, I just figured if it was light and I'm like stepping forward, like, you know, like a sand kind of just like whooshes up.
No, it didn't.
Okay, see if you can check out the coffin.
I'm gonna kick this line of salt that's in front of me as I move forward, like kicking the ground and just saying "fine," and then try.
And I facepalm.
What? You said open the sarcophagus.
You touched the salt.
I'm gonna have to touch the salt.
Okay, so you touch the sarcophagus.
I touch it.
You done it now.
Nothing happens. I mean, you get a better close-up view on these painted wooden statuettes that depict grungs. They're cute, but they look worthless.
I'll just think back to the grungs we ran into. And I still fucking hate those things. And I'll begin. Before I begin to open it, I'll look back and say, "Alright, is everybody sure?"
Let's do it.
All right.
And I've still got the bow drawn and ready if that creature moves.
Do you need
I'm
a
gonna...
check clue to open the lid?
I sure do, man. Athletics. Just too heavy for you.
Well, this usually require another hand. Roth, you want to get in here? Extra pair of hands.
Sure, I'll do that.
Why do you sound so hesitant? It's fine.
As long as he doesn't come after me.
And who's making the roll?
I will.
Firebolt ready.
Give Roth advantage if need to be.
Okay. Let's see what you
Or
do
however
here.
you roll it.
You want athletics, right?
Yes. At advantage.
Tower or open?
Yeah, you can do it in a tower. It doesn't matter really, though. It's either going to be a pass or fail. And you are successful in shoving the lid to the side.
Why do I have disadvantage?
You know, it says that, but you don't. Look, you got advantage before that.
I think because you still have reduce on you.
Do you have an effect on
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
you? Mm-hmm.
A disadvantage check.
Yep. It's for strength.
But, I mean, you rolled great, so you ended up with a 23 overall.
Oh, okay. That's real good.
Yeah. So it's kind of irrelevant on that part. And as the lid moves off of this sarcophagus, you see a varnished clay urn. This is where the urn is supposed to come in. Containing, well, you don't know what it contains, but there is a clay urn inside of the sarcophagus, as well as several valuables.
We're rich, boys.
What are you guys seeing there?
An urn and looks like some treasure. Do you still have your funny sight thing?
Yeah, let me get in there. Being careful.
I'm
not
gonna
to
grab
tap
my
him.
mace of
Well,
terror again and just keep an eye on this creature for whenever it steps forward.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my sword ready just in case.
Now I see the magical urn.
Okay, I mean, I'm going to say your minute's about up.
My minute?
My minute.
Okay.
So, as soon as it takes a step forward, I'm swinging the mace back at it, casting another charge.
Okay, so you do notice, is he able to even save at the end of each of his turns, though?
As long as I'm not in line of sight.
Okay,
But you
gotcha.
can't break line of sight.
Yeah, but he can't leave the circle, so.
Yeah, that supersedes your frightening effect on him. Okay, so you notice that he starts to become unafraid of you, and he turns back towards you. So force him into another saving throw. See if he
Step
stays
around.
angry.
I can't really force the saving throw because I don't have anything for it.
Oh, there's no coding for it?
I'm gonna see if I can equip it, and
I thought we didn't even do the saving throw last time, did we?
no, I thought you just made it like in secret.
No, I was a big ass dummy.
Yeah, so there's no coding for it. Even if I have it equipped, I can just swing
I'm fairly
it.
sure he would have failed it unless I rolled really high. But
Well, he has to beat a 15, so.
I'm gonna roll this for the first time. Yeah, he would have failed it easily, and then this will be for now. We'll just say he's getting an advantage on this one, and he immediately becomes frightened of you again. Natural 3 and a natural 5 for my 2 rolls.
So I growl at him with my crossed eyes. Just glaring.
He's scared of the eyes.
Everybody is. It's old googly ass.
Okay, so what were you asking before the grung or slod was becoming unfrightened? You were wanting to look at something or check something out? Or touch something?
That was
Vendor.
Vinder.
Yeah, I'm gonna look inside. And what's all inside?
When you look inside, you do see an aura of enchantment magic surrounding the clay urn.
You said there's other things in there as well?
There is other items. You see a potion, a couple different potions, and one of the potions has a reddish liquid in it. Another potion. Let me see if I can get a color on it real quick. Is also reddish in nature as well. Looks exactly the same as the other one. And you see a petrified grung egg.
Okay, I'm gonna start grabbing everything but the urn out to start.
And you do see magic on the grung egg as well.
Same type of magic or different?
I hate how magical items don't tell you what kind of magic they are. They don't, you know.
Oh yeah.
It's magical item type magic.
I know, it's awesome, isn't it? You have to look up everything, and then sometimes you can't find it, so you just have to like find a spell that's relatively close.
Yeah, but there's nothing. There's nothing. No spell that would encompass it that I'm aware of. That's what sucks.
It's a school you don't know, Vendor.
I'm unfamiliar with it.
We'll just say you feel like it's not harmful.
Okay. Good. I'll grab that.
I like that school of magic.
I'll actually, why not? I'll grab the urn as well. They push the coffin open. I touch the urn.
Okay, you touch the urn. I'm trying to see if there is something that I can do here to keep from having to manually do it. But I don't see it, so give me a wisdom saving throw.
Can do.
Wow.
That's what I'm good at.
Well, do you know what the DC was?
20.
21.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. So you successfully stave off any negative effects. And nothing happens, I guess, because you
Yep.
grab it and it doesn't affect you.
So I'm going to take everything and I'm going to try to move out of the salt circle.
All right, so you're going to grab everything?
Yep.
All right. Let me load this up. As you grab the petrified egg, make me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, that I'm not good at. Not the worst.
And I will go ahead and ask you, are you trying to I'll read you something first, and then you let me know whether you are actually trying to stave it off or not. As you touch the egg, a tendril of slime rises from its surface and transforms into a frog-like head that bobs towards you. A croaking voice sounds out in your mind. Nang Nang will help you now. So are you going to allow this to happen, or are you wanting to keep that roll?
Being familiar with this,
Make room for get bunk beds.
yeah, nothing bad has happened yet, so I'll allow it.
Okay. Now I've got to find out.
I got a frog and a snake.
So this is Nang Nang, and you have Moa. Okay, so they are not enemies. All right, so
You have a card for him?
I do. And as Nang Nang enters you spiritually, Moa leaves.
Oh. Where does Moa go?
He goes back into the staff.
Okay. So I still have the staff.
You do. But you have allowed another spirit to inhabit you, and you can't have two. How do you like that power, man?
This one's funny. I like the flaw. That's funny.
Are you okay over there?
Sound like he was having a threesome.
Is there does Nang Nang like tell me this in my head? Is this what happens?
I think it's just you share. He shared your body, so you just kind of know.
Okay.
I think I might have drank some of that wine when we were coming in.
I mean, the flaw just kind of see he can't control you, but the flaw is the aspect that he can. That's the one thing that you do inherit.
Yeah.
Due to him being inside of you, but then you also inhabit that power, or acquire that power, and you just kind of know that you can do that now.
Okay. I'd say Akka, hey Akka, check this out, and I start crawling on the walls.
He starts crawling on the walls like a frog with ease.
What?
Well, that's new.
I tilt my head back at him and I say, "What?"
Still gotta pee though.
Okay. Yeah, we are due for a break. We're overdue, actually. So let's go ahead and take till 9 o'clock, and then we'll join back up.
All right.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
Be right back.
Yeah, it speeds it up.
Yeah, and like I said, it was nice when Vendor used the eye and we couldn't see either. So he actually had to relay what he saw. That was a
Yeah.
nice little feature.
Okay, so we are back. What do y'all want to do?
Well, while Vendor's still on the wall, just gonna look towards this creature, assuming a minute's almost gone by, and wield my Morning Star and just step forward.
We may want to just step out of that circle now. If we got everything that was in that tomb,
I want to make sure Roth gets out first.
That's what I'm going to do right now.
And then once he's out, I'll move out.
Rolf, give me a perception roll. You, as you move over to this wall, leaving the circle, you see what looks like a very discreet seam running up and down, all leaving practically where you're standing, the circle.
I'm going to let everyone know what I found, and I'm going to take and see if I can maybe push on it, or, maybe it's one of those pivoting doors or something like that.
And as you push on it, the door does indeed rise into just straight up.
what was that, Roth?
What the hell did you find?
It looks like I found a door.
Stormy said you didn't see anything.
I didn't. Apparently, Roth's seeing more than I am now.
Well, I
Probably got some wine in your eyes.
That kind of roll will allow you to see things, Storm.
That was only a little higher than mine.
Just
Yeah,
a little bit.
DC was actually a 20 on that one. Okay. So, as you move in here, you look in here, ancient cobwebs fill this narrow corridor, whose midpoint features that you can barely see is a little alcove, and you see what looks like a table in the alcove.
I'm going to walk in there and look at the table.
And as you walk in there, you see a dusty bottle standing on the table.
A dusty what?
A dusty bottle.
Oh,
Yeah.
What do you see in there, Roth?
Well, there's a table in here with a bottle on it. Looks like it's been here for quite a long time.
Is there anywhere else to go?
I don't see anything with all these cobwebs and stuff. I would think not, but
I really don't want to have to go
I
back
haven't
through
really-
the wine.
I haven't really checked to see that. I don't know about picking up this bottle or not. I can't. Probably need somebody to come in and see if maybe it's magic or.
Alomar, do you want to check that out?
I can.
I'll move back so Alomar can get in there.
Okay.
I guess
Well,
I'll cast a detect magic first.
you going to cast it or ritually?
Just cast it.
I'm trying to think here. It's another one of these instances. I'll just say that it's another kind of magic that does not seem harmful to you. Just to speed it up. I'm
I'll
going to
tell
say it's
Roth I don't think it's.
maybe transmutation.
That's why I'll relay that to Roth if he wants to grab it.
Okay, I'll pick it up.
Give me a perception roll, Alamar. And you pick it up, and when you pick it up, you smudge some of the dust, and you see something in it. And it's flailing its hands around, and you hear a very muffled voice, but you don't understand what it's saying.
Ah,
Let me do comprehend languages now.
Poor Almar. Brother, what do you think is taking them so long? Hey, Roth, are you okay?
yeah, I'm fine. Looks like there's something inside this bottle. I'm not sure exactly what it is. And I think I heard a voice, but it looks like maybe someone's trapped in the bottle.
My guess
I
is
don't.
there's a reason why.
Yeah, but I don't know if I would know anything about that. I guess I could maybe do a history check or something like that to see if I know anything about people in bottles or.
Brother, while they're looking at that, you want to help me see if there's another way out of here?
Give me an Arcana check.
Sure.
An Arcana?
I'll help him.
Yeah, I should have probably helped you.
I don't know, man. The way you're rolling tonight, Roth, I don't think you need help, man. You rolled another natural 19. So you know quite a bit about this. You're pretty damn certain that that's a genie in that bottle.
I think I've read something or heard something about this. This may be a genie in this bottle. If it is, a lot of times they can be helpful, and then other times they can be harmful. But a lot of times, if you free them, they will grant you maybe a wish or something like that, a minor wish.
I'll take
But
your
I'm not
word
sure.
for it.
Wait, did you just say a genie?
Yes, genie.
As me and Fender are looking over here for perhaps another way out.
You can give me a perception roll.
Go ahead, Fender. Rough.
Nothing. Even with your passive, you're not seeing anything.
Okay.
What about my passive? Sorry, I couldn't even say that without laughing.
All right. Well,
I'm not even going to look at yours.
It's a 9.
all right. Well, is it going to be safe to move it, and put it someplace safe on our person at the moment, or not? I don't know anything about genies. Does anybody else have any more information on genies other than they grant wishes?
And as you look over to Akka, he'll just look at you and be seriously?
Well, I wasn't necessarily talking to you, Akka. As he kind of looks over towards Vinder or anybody else.
Vendor just shrugs. I don't know. I heard they can kind of be dicks.
You hear nang nang in your head, Vendor. And she advises you to only cut deals with the Deo that only benefit the host and her. So basically, that whole flaw part.
So that's referring to the genie?
Yes.
Okay. That only benefit Nang Nang?
And you.
Enemy. Okay.
Well, I don't think the genie wouldn't be bow to the dead, correct?
I don't believe so.
And Alamar, as you place your hand to rest against that back wall, it starts rising, revealing another area.
Oh boy. I'm gonna peek in.
All right.
And as you peek in, you see 6 glass cauldrons brimming with humanoid bones line the walls of this tomb, at the center of which stands an ancient chariot bearing a bronze sarcophagus with treasure sewn atop it. Paintings on the chariot's body show a tall bird with a long, sharp beak. On the south wall, a bronze shield bears the embossed image of a Cholton warrior carrying a spear, and there is a inscription below it that you can see from here that says "Bow before no one." 4 bronze statues stand on pedestals to the either side of the shield. They depict Cholton warriors, one holding a sword, 2 with spears, and 1 missing its face.
Guys, I think there's another one of them golems in here. 4 of them, I think.
What's that? Storm will start entering the room.
I would not step foot in the room just yet.
Look, if we're not gonna let that genie out of the bottle just yet, perhaps it's best to just put it in one of our bags for now.
Did I detect any magic now?
In
Don't
the
you
room?
just love it? Yeah.
Give me a minute to skim, because Like I said, I didn't prep much beyond the first room because I honestly thought y'all were going to die. I thought it was going to be a TPK and the campaign was over with. And I did tell him at break time that the wall of force was y'all's. Like, when I looked over everybody's sheets, I was like, that's the one thing that can save them is the wall of force. And I looked over Vendor to make sure he didn't have anything. I looked at the tiny hut, researched it online, and that's when I came across people talking about it's not going to keep water or stuff, something from coming in underneath it, like water or gas.
To be honest, my only backup was if Vendor had Shapestone prepared to potentially open that trapdoor.
Y'all found the only other way, because once y'all started talking, what's his name, into doing the hut and taking down the wall of force, I was over here thinking to myself, they're wanting to die. They really are wanting to die because that's what's going to happen. But lucky that Vendor used his arcane eye and was able to find a way out without y'all having to swim and look. Because y'all to swim, y'all would have went up into the top portion first probably, and y'all would have been running out of breath by the time you'd have found a way out.
I have to admit that was pretty clutch.
But let me skim this real quick.
Because I would have never thought about casting the eye to see anywhere. I mean, that's pretty dang good.
The bronze shield that hangs from the wall on leather straps, it looks to radiate conjuration magic. And each cauldron radiates conjuration.
I believe this is going to be the undead room, guys.
And Obalaka speaks to you, Alamar. And it warns you. The cauldrons contain the bones of Papa Zottel's most zealous devotees, who, even in death, might seek to protect him.
I'll relay that to everyone, and I will tell them it looks like there's another way to the north. But there's bones everywhere. What y'all want to do?
Let's make our way in there.
Like we have much option.
So we want to go in.
It said bow before no one.
Bow is the dead god intoned.
So if he starts speaking, we need to bow.
Well, there was another plaque in the room, right?
Yeah, clue what was on that? Can you put it in chat or something?
Was on what?
On the shield.
Bow before no one.
Can I look back and is the topaz still there? Or the ergator?
Is who?
The gem.
Oh, the one that I threw.
It is still there. It's inside the circle. And the gray slot is a minute's gone by, so he's no longer feared at the moment. I could put him back in a combat tracker if I have to, though.
We need to go ahead and... We're going to go out into this area here, or what are we going to do?
Brother, do you want that back?
It's not worth a whole lot.
You want me to mage hand it to you?
No, don't worry about it, Almar. Let's just everyone make our way in. Let's take positions.
I'm missing Jack already.
What am I going to do with this genie in the bottle?
Y'all got bombarded with so much information.
That's us.
You can't even
Storm
talk
just-
right.
Storm just looks at you and goes, "If you want it, grab it, and we'll deal with it later."
Just hold on to it for
Oh,
now.
I've got it. I mean, I've picked it up.
Put
so,
it in a bag
okay.
or a bag of holding would be my.
All right.
Do you want me to listen to it and see what it's saying?
You can do that if you wanted to.
Because I really don't want to step into a room full of undead just yet. All right.
Just be prepared to bow.
Well, it's now that other clue said that the undead fear the light. So if somebody has like, maybe daylight or dawn or something like that.
Well, I'm pretty sure that meant not to show light on the plaque.
Brother, what did you say that it said? Bow before no one?
The one in there says bow before no one, but on the...
Then why would we bow?
Well, if what Alamar's saying is right, one of the statues is faceless?
Yeah.
Is that no one?
Well, it just says bow as the dead god intoned. That's what's on the other plaque.
Yeah, that's the other one. So if we get told to bow, then we bow. But I feel like there's a puzzle in there as well.
Well, I can't see anything from
Alright,
back
clues.
here.
Yeah.
I'm just comprehending languages and ritual.
Okay.
I'm gonna slide by. Get all the way up to here.
Well, here, we can... Do you want us to go in the other room and listen to it, or are you just going to stay right here? I'm not stepping in that room just yet.
Yeah, why don't we just stay right here?
And as Vendor's peeking around you there, Alamar, a little bit into that room, Vendor, Nang Nang, speaks into your mind. Grab some of the treasures for the chariot. Grab them.
Nene's a gold digger.
Now, I will say, in the wine room, Moa would have spoken to him, but I didn't really catch that part until I was prepping this session. That would have possibly helped y'all.
Well, we didn't need it. We did it.
Yeah, you did it.
We're not out yet.
Well, that room is what I mean, but poor Jack died.
Okay, so I guess y'all wait the 10 minutes and comprehend languages goes off.
Okay.
Are you going to hold the bottle to communicate? Because you hear it's muffled sounds.
Yeah, I'll hold the bottle.
Let me out. Let me out.
This genie's wanting out.
Well, of course it does.
Can you speak to it right now? Can it hear you?
Let me out. I promise to give you riches in exchange for my freedom. And she points to her hair, and you see, I mean, it's very small, but you see what looks like sapphires coiled through her braided hair. And then she points to her armbands that look to be made of platinum.
I think she's wanting to give us some jewels if we let her out, and then I'll hand it back to Ross. This is yours, sir. You can let her out if you
Okay.
want.
All right.
Did it say anything else, Alomar?
Nope.
Hmm.
But if it was me, I would let her out. Or it out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. Looking at my character at all my traits and everything. Yeah, I'll open the bottle.
Okay, so you're gonna open it right here. Y'all are already packed
I'll-
into this hallway a little bit.
Well,
As
I
soon as I hear him say he's gonna open it, Storm starts backing away.
Back into Akka. I'm like, what are you doing? Go the other way.
Yeah, no, I'm out.
Wait, why? What's going on?
He's messing with a genie.
Wait, you're gonna open that right here?
release the gin.
So you pop the cork on the bottle, and a swirl of sand or a whirlwind of sand comes out of the bottle, and this genie appears out of the sand. I put her right here, this alcove.
What
because there's
the
not
hell?
much.
What have you done?
And then you see her begin to cast a spell. She
Can
completes.
I make out what it is?
She completes her spell. You can make me an Arcana check. It is tongues.
Okay.
Okay, so it does last for 1 hour. Okay, so then she looks at you all. Thank you. Thank you for freeing me.
You're welcome.
And as promised, here is my jewels.
You're actually going to take jewels from her.
What good is that going to do us?
Oh, these are very valuable.
Do you even know where we are?
I'll take some jewels.
Well,
As I begin picking up some jewels.
Not entirely sure where I'm at. I was unceremoniously captured many years ago.
was that when? That's whenever this city was still in full swing with all the people and everything before it turned into a place of ruins.
Um,
Who put
This
you here
is-
first?
a Serac put me here.
A who?
A Serac.
Would I know who this is?
You could give me a history check, I guess. Let me look this up real quick, because I don't have it available right off the bat. Okay, so he is known as the Devourer, the Lord of Unlife, and the biggest and baddest motherfucking lich you'll ever come across.
I'll cast minor illusion so everybody will see what he looks like.
Well, all you gotta do is look at your decal image on your desktop.
That's what I figured. So, would you know anything about this curse? I would assume then he's the one that has created the death curse, or is responsible for the death curse.
I do not. I've been in this bottle for quite some time. So I've kept my end of the bargain. I thank you once again for freeing me, and I will be on my way now. And she goes to casting a spell. And you want to make an Arcana check to see what she's casting, you can. And she disappears. Plane shift.
I figured she was going to get out of here. Well, there you go, fellas. Day-to-day genie talk.
All right. Now that that's released into the world, I'm sure someone will have fun with that.
Might want to keep the bottle.
I can do that.
Okay, on to the skeletons. Now what?
Well, every time we seem to plan ahead, everything kind of falls apart till we're in the shit. Then we usually think a bit clearer.
We are still alive at the moment, though, aren't we?
Yeah, are you okay? Still kind of look like shit.
I've definitely been better.
He's frozen and been put on wine today, so that's pretty good.
The wine seemed to knock most of the frost off.
All right, so we're going in.
Who wants to go first?
Nose goes. Touch my nose.
I'll step in.
The door shuts behind you and seals completely shut, and all the dead in here just start rising. I'm just kidding.
I figured.
I had to with you, man, because you're always the one that guinea pigs everything. So.
I didn't even think for a second that that wasn't a joke. I actually could tell that time.
Alright.
I mess with him so much. Actually, I don't joke.
He was
about it.
rattling off, wasn't he?
Yeah, I was trying to be quick about it.
Alright, I'll follow him in. If no one's moving forward.
And now if we need to stop now, don't let us go too far.
Well, I'm sitting here on the wrong dang storyboard. I was like, why am I not seeing what I saw before?
Uh-oh. We're all about to die then.
Okay, so
Just a few clicks, huh?
you all move in a room except for Rolf so far. I mean, you're just walking in a room. You're not telling me you're doing anything else in here, so
Which
generally nothing is happening.
which statue is missing a face?
That's a good question. Uh, hmm. Well, the statues are down to the south. We'll say that the one on the left is holding a sword, and you got the two middle ones are spears, and then the one to the right is missing its face.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to the faceless one. I'm gonna do a deep bow in front of it.
Okay. So you do bow before it. Nothing happens.
Why'd you do that?
I don't know. It said bow before no one. This guy's got no face. He's no one.
Well, they're statues.
You do see
Statues come alive a lot.
3 gold cups on top of the sarcophagus, a gold torque, 5 gold cloak pins, and an amulet.
Are any of you still able to see that aura?
Yeah, I still should be able to. Oh no! I cast. It was at 10 minutes, so no, mine's gone probably.
All right. Well, and Storm's gonna come over and start looking at these statues, going up and down, looking to see if there's anything odd or anything written on any of them.
No. There is nothing written on them.
I'm gonna point out the stuff on top of the chariot there, Doc.
What's this?
It looks pretty nice and tempting to grab, don't you think?
I don't know. Every
Grabbing
time
it?
someone
grab it.
hands me things and I touch them, it doesn't turn out well. But if you insist.
So,
I'll cast Mage Hand and slap his hand.
slap whose hand?
Because if he tries to grab it.
Well, as you're looking, you're preoccupied with Akka. Vendor does grab some of the treasure.
When he smacks my hand, I'll be like, what the hell is that? Is there another spirit in there?
As you do grab it, roll initiative. As you see, I'm going to show you what you would have seen.
A rolled a 1, re-rolled into a 14. Halfling, yeah.
But
Ah!
you do get a little lucky. But I'll wait till everybody rolls their initiative, and then I will tell you why you got lucky.
These cauldrons came alive. I'm assuming the cauldrons are a trap. No? Okay. Lucky us.
Okay. The hunter that is on the bronze shield animates and begins attacking. The reason that the other ones are not, they're null and void, is because someone bowed in front of the faceless statue. That would
motherfuckers.
that would have stopped the flow of skeletons had they been coming at you in the first place. And I kind of kept thinking about, it's like, he did it before they ever came out, so I feel like it keeps them from coming out, period. So that's the way I ruled it.
Good job, Vendor.
Roth, you're up.
My turn, huh?
The glue has returned.
Okay.
You got combat music for us, Clue?
I was just in the
Hell yeah.
process of finding it. All right.
Okay. I am going to look at this thing, and I am going to cast. I'm going to cast Moonbeam.
Okay.
Okay, he failed.
Ooh, that's hard to see.
Yeah, that is.
It is. I'm gonna have to work on the font colors, I guess, for that.
I'm also pretty blind, so.
But the
Oh.
Hell
damn
yeah! Oh my goodness, good roll.
the saving throws, or if it's a success, it'll be green. So I guess.
It resisted radiant damage, so
Oh no.
that's not good.
But that was a damn good roll. Unfortunate though.
It was. Unfortunate, man. But yeah, you hit it with your radiant damage from your moonbeam.
Okay, I'm going to put this
And
Moonbeam.
do nothing to it.
I'm going to put the Moonbeam right next to it rather than putting it on top of it, because you won't be able to see it. I don't think.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, that ain't gonna help nothing.
What are you doing, Roth? Are we even gonna be able to attack it?
I have no clue.
No, I'm Clue.
I am.
Clue, you can take inspiration.
Yeah, I don't have a
Thank
bonus action I can use, so.
I fully expect to have inspiration next Tuesday.
No, definitely not.
Hey, you said it.
I'm just gonna stay right where I'm at.
Just shuffle your feet just a little bit.
Yeah.
When he puts that in there, I'm gonna shout out. Well, not that I really need to with my shield. Are we gonna be able to hit it? I don't want to get too close to that.
I move up 5 feet and take a swing at it with my rapier, pulling both my rapier and my scimitar out.
Ooh, unfortunately, that fails to land.
Alright. I will take my bonus action and swing the scimitar.
That will land. As you make contact with this animated bronze shield hunter, and literally it does nothing to it.
And now I am moving back here around the other side of that cauldron. And that is my turn.
Vendor.
Okay. I'm gonna try to shoot a firebolt at it. See if I can actually do something.
And you land your firebolt right at the shield. Fire explodes. And as the fire dissipates, you see it took no damage.
As a bonus action, I am gonna also try to cast Spiritual Weapon. Two weapons.
Nothing seems to be working.
This one's been doing that for some reason. I don't know why. And it took damage from your spiritual weapon.
That seemed to work. Only certain things work on it. I will move over to there. And then about to there.
Akka.
The damage of force seems to work.
And with that in mind, I will use halfling nimbleness and move like around Alomar, going between his legs, sliding through, and then as I kind of stand back up, I will shoot magic missile at it.
Okay.
At level 1. Finger guns. Pew, pew, pew.
And it is destroyed.
So as
That
the
was
3
pretty
bolts hit it,
impressive, Evan.
I just over the finger for got it.
Yeah, when I first put it in the tracker, or I looked at it and saw, I was like, 14 hit points, man. What a joke. And then I saw it was immune to everything except force damage. I was like, oh, okay. That makes sense.
There's not a lot of things that are immune to force. It's my go-to.
Yeah, I was running out of ideas. Like after I was like checking through all mine, and I was like, I only got 2 types.
Okay, so you do destroy it. We're out of combat.
Thank goodness. It didn't seem
I'm
like a lot
glad,
of things
too.
were working.
Because I was going to go up and bow in front of it.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't have gone so well.
Oh my god.
So is,
Alomar, you always find something to say to make me laugh.
I kind of wish Alomar would have got to go before me now.
Yeah, I
Alright,
kind of
so-
wish I would have fudged the damn turn order a little bit and got the dang shield at least halfway up the damn turn order. I was like, God, he's last. At least want to throw one spear at y'all.
you know,
Well, that
everybody's
was interesting.
we've taken all the gold and everything off the top of this sarcophagus, right?
I think Vendor has been acquiring.
Yeah, I tried to grab some, but Alomar slapped my hands with.
Should we, since there's gold and stuff on top of it, is that trying to keep us distracted from opening it to see what's in it.
Okay, you grab everything on the top of there, right?
Yep. After that thing goes down, I start scooping.
Yeah. I will.
Okay, I'm going to need another charisma saving throw.
Lol.
I'm just getting all the spirits.
Charisma saving throw.
No, I mean, that was Vendor.
Oh, I thought you meant maybe I was pulling the gold off there too.
Yeah, but he grabbed that. I'm assuming you grabbed the amulet, Vendor.
Yeah. With what Nang Nang said, like I probably like crawl up on top of it and start putting it in the bag of holding.
My precious.
Like, yep, I got it. It's all good. It's all good.
Okay.
I'll hold it all.
Okay, this
Cinder,
time
what are you doing?
there is a
Getting
fight inside of you, as the spirit. Actually, let me read what happens. Strange shadows shift across the walls, forming the outline of a long-legged bird. Its beak stabs at you as a voice echoes through your mind. You will do as I command. And then a fight begins, and it's between Nang Nang and Papazotto.
Oh, never mind.
Is it all in my head, or can they see the shadows?
Do what?
Is this all happening in my head, or can they see the shadows of what you described?
I want to say that they can see their shadows coming out of you as they're fighting, but they keep going back in, and they're fighting for control. Who's going to remain?
Yeah.
What's up, Cinnabon?
Storm steps away from you guys. What is going on here, guys?
Okay, and
Now, did
you
Vin?
see the spirit of Nang Nang exit your body
What's good,
and
dude? What are you getting into tonight?
return to the petrified egg.
I don't know if it makes a difference, but Bender, his charisma saving throw should actually be 13 because of my aurora of protection.
Yeah, but that's not gonna.
Well, I didn't, like I said, I didn't know if it would make a difference or not. But
No, it's a DC 16 saving throw.
Oh, sorry, I just met it with Nang Nang.
But I don't understand. I guess that aurora is not working.
Earlier.
Let me see here.
Or do I have to put it on each person?
No, you shouldn't. Let me look and see the art that's showing on you right now.
Go ahead, deactivate it and reactivate it, and see if he's been messing with the coating on it, and you haven't turned it off and turned it
There
back
it
on.
goes.
But also,
Now
he
it's
may
working.
be out of the range because Vender's not on the grid.
Whoops.
Yeah,
So
now he's got
anyways,
it.
I do see it on you now.
Okay.
So you have to be on a tile.
All right, I'm just gonna put all this stuff in the party sheet.
Sounds good. I'm just gonna change attitude rapidly. New flaws left and right. Moa was fine. I just had to speak the truth and only the truth. But nobody knew.
I
All right,
think
let me get you
Akka
a new
thinks
card.
this is totally normal.
I could sees nothing wrong with this.
What is going on over here?
Nothing.
Hey, how you like that one? The flaw.
Oh, it's a good thing I did that before.
Yes, it is. But look, that second part of it, the "and,"
Yeah.
that would have been a good one for Akka because he does that already.
Finder, is everything all right? Seems to be a lot of strange stuff going on with you here lately.
Dang, I like that power though. That last part of
That's dope.
it. Yeah, it's pretty dope, man.
Wow. Oh. These there's certain things in the coffin that they possess the spirits. If you touch them, then the spirits try to possess you.
Yeah, but isn't that bad?
As far as I can tell, some of the things are good. They, for the most part, seem to be helping.
Well, my mage tried to, my mage tried to bond with me, but I didn't want it to. Do you think I should?
I think it might be a good idea.
And what was that just happened? It looked like you had some sort of fight, or were they fighting?
Yes,
Should I do it?
Nang Nang, the frog spirit. He's the one that compelled me to take all the treasure. And Papa Soda fought for control, and now Nang Nang is. And I gesture back into the bag of holding, back where the egg was. And I have Moa, and I point to my staff and the staff.
I see. Well, I don't know if I'm up for being possessed, but sounds dangerous. If it's making you just take things, that doesn't sound very good.
Nang Nang, it seems to be the one that was the most intervening, I guess you would call it. I think you would do well with Moa's power. I kind of hold out the staff towards him.
And what powers would that be?
It would make you even sneakier than you already are.
Interesting, and I will reach out and grab him at with saying that.
Let me load that up real quick.
And with all this being said, I will look at my Mace of Terror and then just say, "Okay, come on in."
Okay, he can give you the staff itself, and I will drag and drop. Actually,
He probably has to drop it into this party sheet, and then I'd have to pull it over, right?
Yeah,
Unless,
but I'm talking about the card itself. At this point, yeah, I'm going to give it to you privately. Vendor obviously knows what it is, but
Staff, you wouldn't be able to use the staff because you can't attune to it. That's just different. It's
okay.
Just the spirit.
So as you take a hold of the staff, and I'm not going to make you make a saving throw if you're actually allowing this, what it sounds like that's what you're trying to do. And Akka, you decide to allow the spirit in. So you put the mace down and then you grab a hold of it. And the spirit does inhabit you. But I was about to do the wrong card. Here it is. There you go.
Okay. Well, okay. I like it.
And I have the staff on me now as well. Is that how that works?
I would assume you do.
Or did you throw it back in the party sheet?
I can. I just
I
don't
mean-
think you won't be able to use the staff ability.
Or is
I
it
think
staff
well,
of striking? Is that it?
No, I haven't put it in yet.
That's what we get off the dead tiefling.
It's staff and python.
here's
but I don't-
here's an interesting fact for you there, Akka.
What's that?
That staff, or not staff, but the mace, had you allowed it to inhabit you when you grabbed a hold of it while it was in the plus, or actually, you know what?
you can't
If you
change
could
it.
have gotten the mace, touched the mace that the mummy had, and allowed the spirit to inhabit you, then the mummy would have actually been friendly towards you, treating you as an ally, but y'all obviously killed it.
Dang. You missed out on our mummy friend.
Sure did.
I like this one though. But this is also the only one that like kind of appealed to my character, so
It's hilarious.
But with that, it is 10:02, and we're going to call the session here, and we'll pick it back up next week. It looks like y'all made some pretty good progress inside of this level. I'm not trying to like all the skeletons and stuff. I mean, y'all did what y'all did, and I figured y'all prevented that encounter from being worse than it had to be. So that made this room actually pretty quick.
I think we kind of learned from our mistakes. Trying to pay attention to a little bit of detail.
Don't say that yet.
We'll make more mistakes.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely make more mistakes. That's like inevitable, but we're at least attempting different things. I mean, you even said, Clue, like we had basically a couple of spells that kind of gave us a bit of extra time to think, and if we didn't have that extra time, then we may have just drowned.
Well, now that y'all have successfully completed that room, I can give you the mechanics of it. I mean, 'cause
I don't want to
obviously-
know. I don't want to know. You can tell them
Yeah.
later if they want to know.
Okay. I mean, do you want to know how long it lasted?
No,
Like
mainly because if we run into another room somewhat similar, I don't want to have any clues.
I
Sure.
very seriously doubt they're going to be an identical room.
They all seem so different.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This one was like somewhat relatively similar to the Clay Guardians room. And there was like, I mean, each room after that point we have realized like has like a specific mechanic. So we've been more attempting to figure that out versus just brute forcing our way through, which obviously sometimes proves to be pointless.
I think we've always gotten riddles of some kind.
Yeah, but that was
Yeah.
the first time we were gonna like die if we just kept trying to continue.
Well, the only thing I didn't-
Y'all would have lived had Wall of Force been all you used, and you used it for the entire 10 minutes. It might have been a little hairy, but you would have survived.
Well, we were at 9 minutes.
Yeah, if it lasted 10
Plus-
minutes, then the hut wouldn't have even made a difference because we were waiting at the end.
Well, yeah, the hut definitely wouldn't have made no. I mean, if y'all had done the hut first, y'all would have been kind of screwed. The Wall of Force, though, would have been what would have been the savior for y'all drowning, because the last 10 minutes, and that would have been enough time that when it went down, that
Could have swum up and save ourselves.
the door would have started to reset. You know, y'all would have had to hold your breath for less than 1 minute at that point when the Wall of Force went down, and then the water or the wine would have left the room.
I'm not sad. I almost died like 2 times. Last 2 sessions
But
I've
y'all didn't
almost
know
died.
that.
This is the
Y'all were
first session I
afraid it
didn't
was going
almost
to be a
die.
lot longer.
In the past
And I
few,
thought it was
anyways.
hilarious when y'all started talking about putting the hut up. I was thinking, oh my God, they're about to kill themselves. But then the Arcane Eye got a little lucky there. I had wrote y'all off, man. I seriously thought y'all were TPK tonight. When I read
Well-
everything up on this room really good, I was like, they're dead. There's no way.
Well, see, the only reason I really kind of thought, so I understood that the bottom of the tiny hut was, wasn't completely closed, but I've seen other games and other campaigns where the tiny hut was used to like clog a hole in the side of a ship, and it stopped it from sinking. So that's why I thought that it would be fine.
Yeah, it's just I think it's all DM's discretion at
Mhm.
that point.
Yeah.
The only reason I wanted to use it is because we couldn't pass through the wall of force.
Yeah.
No, I understood. Yeah, definitely.
That was the big hindrance with that one. But either way, good session, Clue. It's fun.
A lot of fun.
All right, well, I am going to end our stream here. So if anybody's got anything they want to say real quick.
Some World of
See you next
Melissa
week.
on Hip Hop Hokage side tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come check it out. And if you haven't dropped Clue a follow, you should.
Thank you. All right. Well, good night, everyone. And if you tuned in, I sure appreciate
All
it.
right.
Night, everybody.
All right, everyone.
All right, we are off.